What's cracking, people? It's your baby mama's favorite cousin T-Taw. And today I have a banger for you, okay? So before we get into this particular conversation, shout out to the Patreon members who send in questions. Shout out to the coaching clients that I have who are willing to do the work, willing to put in the effort that it takes to progress themselves in the mission of becoming the better versions of themselves, progressing their journey on the road of masculine mastery, and ultimately fulfilling their missions. So shout out to everybody who's involved with that. But without further ado, let's get into this particular topic because it's so important. And today's topic, we will be covering why men with game are better in bed. It's just facts, gentlemen. Can we just be honest right now? It's just facts. Because of the feedback that we receive from our female counterparts on performance, on ability, on creativity, on the expressionality and the uniqueness that we bring to intimate spaces, allows us to have the type of feedback that shows us that our game is tight. Not only does it show that our game is tight, but it goes to reinforce the conversations that we have with our mentors, the conversations that we have with teachers and practitioners and other students of the game itself. So I've got 5 points to present with this particular conversation regarding why men with game are simply better in bed. So let's get into it. Here we are. Point number 1. We are present in our bodies. Now, anyone who has their copy of the Seduction Scriptures, of course you have your copy. If not, the Amazon link is in the description. But those who have your copy of the Seduction Scriptures, of course, turn to page number 7. This is part of the elemental work that is presented in the beginning of this book regarding you being honest and taking an honest evaluation of your physical presence. What does your body look like? How tall are you? How much do you weigh? What do you look like naked? There are exercises in this section of the Seduction Scriptures that present opportunities for men to receive an honest evaluation. So take it from a former exotic entertainer. When we go to a new space, a new venue, when we show up for an open night, part of our job interview is literally disrobing in front of management, in front of bar staff, in front of the promoters and people who are there to sell the product of the experience. So the understanding of your honest presence in your physical body is essential to being good, great, exceptional in intimate spaces. Okay, that's the first thing. So that's page 7 of the Seduction Scriptures. Number 2, we are creative with how we express passion. So one of the points that I alluded to in the first sort of notation of this conversation is the presence of creativity. Now, how does that creative sort of thought process happen within men with game? Well, first of all, you have to have embraced your uniqueness as a man. Okay, that's first. All right, you have to have embraced your uniqueness as a man, and when you do that, you start to acknowledge elements within your lifestyle, elements within your personal life, elements within the activities that you enjoy and that you engage in, that you are naturally creative with. And you take that energy, you take those concepts and you apply it to the areas of intimacy. You apply it to the bedroom. Okay. So point number 2, we are creative with how we express passion verbally. Okay. Ism is beyond important. That mouthpiece is paramount. That's just one aspect of expressing passion. We work out. We are active. We enjoy sports. We enjoy combat engagement, boxing, MMA, a variety of combat sports that keep our minds in tune with our vigilant cores. So we not only have the ability to express ourselves creatively with our lifestyle pursuits, but like I said, that translates over into intimate spaces. Point number 3, we know what's next. We know what comes next. Gentlemen, of course, I'm referring to a mentality that's presented in the space of threesomes. Now, I'll try to link the logistics of a threesome, a 3-part series that I did a while ago, detailing how I believe that the majority of men need to at least attempt a threesome in their lifetimes so that they know whether or not that's even something that they like doing. But the exercise is what I want most guys to take away. How do you manage multiple sources of feminine energy coming at you at once? How do you put into position and formulate a pattern of engagement between you and 2 women in the same space at the same time? How do you even set that up, let alone execute it in a way that is effective at achieving the goal of an enjoyable exchange of intimate energy? Okay, so that's number 3. Men with game are better in bed because we know what's next. All right. Number 4, we are clear with our intent with the women that we're engaging with. Gentlemen, I cannot stress this particular point enough. So many people who claim to practice game, so many people who claim to be game coaches or game teachers don't adhere to the type of game that comes from the source of those who started the game to begin with. What do I mean by that? In other conversations that I've had with various content creators, I've highlighted the difference between foundational game and commercial game. And when we talk about foundational game, which is real game, which is actual game, it has nothing to do with tricking a woman. It has nothing to do with deceiving a woman. It has nothing to do with projecting some false lifestyle just so that you can get a woman into bed. No. Foundational game or real game has everything to do with you being who you are, highlighting your value add to a situation and presenting it in a way that's unique to you so that the exchange of intimacy can take place. If that's what you want. Keep in mind, some men want a meaningful, dynamic relationship. Some men want to build and maintain a functional roster of women who bring a diverse elements into his structure. Some men want marriage, be it a traditional or a progressive style marriage. So let's be clear when we say that men who have game are better in bed because of this point number 4, because they are clear with their intent with the women that they are engaging with. And that means that upon meeting the type of women that we desire to acquire, we are upfront with who we are and who she has the potential to be in our world. Let me say that one more time because that was a little heavy. Upon meeting the type of women that we, men with game, desire to acquire, we are not only honest with her about who we are, but we are honest and upfront with who we intend her to be in our world. Okay? And when those communications are made known up front, then there are no pitfalls. There are no loose ends. There are no holes in the game. There are no blind spots. Okay? And so when you start honest, you continue to be honest in other facets of your engagement with this particular woman that you desire to acquire. And that translates obviously into intimate spaces. If you're honest with who you are honest in the bedroom. You were honest that you wanted to have an intimate exchange with her in the first place. You're not saying that you want to go out on a date and take her to this fancy restaurant because you enjoy her company. You have indicated that you are intimately interested in her, that she turns you on. She's the type of woman that you desire to express your prowess with, your intimate prowess with. She turns you on to that point that you want to have, this passionate exchange, however you want to word it or articulate it. You are making sure that that conversation is at the forefront of your engagement with the type of woman that you desire to acquire. Now, point number 5 is something that's obviously going to need to go over into the Patreon side, because I'm going to set it up here, obviously on the YouTube side as per usual. But this point comes from a question that a loyal Patreon subscriber submitted. So shout out to you. Salute to you, of course. I will tee this question up on the YouTube side, but I will answer it in its entirety over on the Patreon, of course. So click the link and we will see you over there. But point number 5, just so I can bring it home in terms of why men with game are better in bed, is this. We progressively are incorporating diverse options in the bedroom. Now, what does that mean? We incorporate role play. We incorporate toys. We incorporate the use of locations. We incorporate additional playmates. And ultimately, we incorporate unfolding scene structuring. Now, with these particular points, I'm going to break these down one by one, step by step, over on the Patreon side. So to everybody on the YouTube side, salute to you. Hopefully you are going to join us over on the Patreon. Beyond that, drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns in terms of what these points meant to you, how they allowed you to reflect on your game, your progression, where you are on your journey of masculine mastery, and whether or not game recognizes the game that has been presented. And as always, gentlemen, this is your man, Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying stay sharp and mission focused. Later.